you have a problem. See, the thing is, you're a spiritual entrepreneur. You have a coaching offer that you love, you believe in, something that's plagued you, and that you want nothing more than to help others overcome that same struggle. You're passionately fueled by this God-given purpose to serve your people. I love that. I mean, I'm all about the same thing. Let me just tell you this right now. If you're not a spiritual entrepreneur, you should just leave. Just leave right now, okay? You're not my people. No offense. If you're a spiritual entrepreneur, let's go. So you're passionately fueled by this God-given purpose to serve your people. But you hate the thought of sending hundreds of DMs a day or spending thousands a week on ads to turn a profit, right? That just sounds dumb. The thought of putting energy into something that's such low leverage just doesn't make sense as an entrepreneur with big goals. It just doesn't make sense to us, right? So why would we do it? We wouldn't. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. You don't have to do those things. You don't have to spend a dime or send a single DM to get clients. How do I know? Well, I've done it. See, I got my first coaching sale with 187 subs. I got my second with 222, my third with 300. And then I was like, yo, I'm pretty sure this YouTube thing is working. And yeah, I've basically converted on 1% of my audience since then. Got my sixth client at 695. And I got my eighth sale on June 13th. So my seventh client on July 13th. It's possible, guys. These are all of my sales. My first one, my second one, my third one. Don't have this client anymore. This is my fourth sale. No, this is my fourth sale, Aaron. My fifth sale, Allie. Sixth, seventh, eighth. 8 sales, 7 clients. All from YouTube. All YouTube. This is possible, guys. I'm not doing anything special. All right? Let me tell you a bit about myself. Yeah, I just learned how to play the game correctly. I'm not doing anything special. I just learned how to play the game. Now let me tell you a bit about myself. This was me back in December when I really wanted to start taking YouTube seriously. This is my first video I uploaded for daily. This is my first stint at daily videos called Stop Thinking Broke. And this was my December stint. This is like the first 2 weeks of me uploading daily videos. And as you can see, I wasn't really getting many views. And my first 2 videos did a little well because I posted them on my Instagram and people were interested. There's no such thing as a wasted time is actually a decent title. But these other videos didn't get any traction. Why? I didn't know how to play the game, the YouTube game. Back then I had 27 subs. I was just getting started. And although I really wanted to be a coach, I didn't really know what in, to be honest. Mental health, productivity, no fap. I don't know. I wasn't really sure. Because even though I knew I loved YouTube and I knew I loved helping people, I didn't really feel confident in myself. I didn't really know how to serve people from a place of authenticity. And so I fell off. Right? I wasn't really being myself. I'd recently joined Adonis School, which is how I got on the school platform rather. And it was a school program by a YouTuber entrepreneur. His name is Hamza. And I joined Adonis School and it taught me so much. It taught me a lot about my business model and about my YouTube philosophy. But at the same time, I was almost too aligned with Hamza. And I was trying to be too masculine. And that just wasn't me. I was giving off this tone in my videos that wasn't really very authentic. And I think people recognize that, which is why, although my titling sucked and my packaging was trash, I think that was the real reason that I wasn't getting any traction. I just wasn't being myself. And my YouTube or my business, I didn't really know where I was going. And so I didn't have clarity. I didn't have alignment with myself. And so I couldn't create from a place of authenticity. So I fell off. I tried to get consistent. Over and over, I've had four stints of daily uploads. My first one was in December, which I just showed you guys. My second one was towards the end of January and beginning of February. And this is the most recent one, or not the most recent one. This is the third stint, which was in April. This stint allowed me my first 1K video, right? Which we'll get to later. But, like you see, guys, I wasn't getting any views. Why? 1, didn't know how to package, just garbage. My titles and thumbnails, trash. Mainly my titles. That's what really matters. My titles, trash. But guys, I just still wasn't being authentic. I wasn't. And so although I tried, it wasn't working because I wasn't being me. Although, I got my first 1K video, which was cool. Your depression is a symptom. I had like 80 views after the second day. Then it jumped up to 240, and after like a week, it had my first 1K video. And not even just some YouTube success. I was actually starting to get into business as well. So since I was feeling misaligned with my YouTube, with my coaching, I thought I'd try different things out. Right? I was like, well, I need a YouTube audience in order to get people from YouTube to coach. And since I don't have an audience and I wasn't like being my authentic self, it was hard for me to want to go all in on YouTube, right? And so I started trying different business models. I tried to do videography. I tried to do some social media management, some video editing. And although it was cool, right? This is Joe, an entrepreneur. He's a realtor, real estate. He's a hard money lender rather, and a real estate investor. These two lovely ladies, Majeli and Cindy, they're realtors. They're real estate agents. This was actually my first like videography event I did for them. This is how I made my first $200 in business, and it was awesome. But I realized that this wasn't for me. I realized that videography, recording other people's things, like creating for other people, getting clients for other people, putting in the work for other people, that didn't make sense to me. Why would I make videos and like promote other people's YouTube instead of working on mine? Why would I get other clients instead of getting me clients? You know what I mean? And so although I had this legit business opportunity, I was starting to see some YouTube success. Again, I fell off. Like within this like week of time span, April, I'd like gotten like my 1K view video and I was getting a lot of support from there. I was facing a lot of pressure and new responsibility because of like these new relationships that I was developing with Joe and with Rich, who is the leader of the Lao Mom brand. This is basically a brand for creators, for entrepreneurs who want to come together and grow together. It's actually called, it stands for least amount of effort, most amount of money. So it's all about coming together, putting our heads together, working smarter instead of harder. And so I love that, and it was awesome. But there was so much pressure, there's so much new responsibility, there was so much reinforcement that I fell. I crumbled. You know what I mean? We're not much different, you and I. I understand. I tried and tried and tried to get going in YouTube and business. But I just kept falling over and over and over again, flat on my face. From December to May, I just kept falling flat on my face. I didn't know why. I didn't know why. It was all because I was playing the game wrong. All because I didn't understand the game of YouTube. I didn't understand the game of business. Mainly the game of YouTube. And since I was playing the game wrong, I couldn't stay consistent. But then it hit me. I can only kill the inconsistency if I do three things. If I gain clarity on my vision and my goals. See, the thing is, like, I didn't actually know where I was trying to go. I didn't have real clarity. I knew I wanted to help people. I knew there was something here, but I didn't really have goals. I didn't really have this clear vision like I do now. Now I'm 100% like, yo, my vision is I want to spread love, spread education, spread fulfillment. I want to help as many people as possible reach financial independence doing what we love. Because that's what I'm about. I'm all about love. I'm all about education. I'm all about fulfillment. I'm all about freedom. That's what I'm about. And so since I want to have that for myself, I want to have that for others as well. Like, I want the world to be a more fun, a more loving, a more fulfilling, a more free place. And so I'm putting in the work. I'm doing my part on that. But I'm only putting in those works. I'm only trying to hit these goals, like moving to New York, like making 20K a month revenue, like helping 20 people get high ticket clients. I can only have this clarity I can only have these goals if I have clarity on my vision. Your vision is your overarching like story. It's the thing that you want to achieve. It's like this broad idea, and your goals are the steps, the incremental steps that you take towards actualizing that goal, that vision. I didn't have clarity on my vision or my goals, and once I did, it made sense. I love this analogy. Let me let me spit this one at you. So imagine you're at sea. You're a captain of a ship, and you're navigating the oceans, but it's pitch black. You can't see a thing, and so you're terrified because you have this crew that is counting on you, but you don't even know where you're going. And so you feel lost. You feel so much pressure on you. And then you get a glimmer of hope. It's the lighthouse. You see it off in the distance, and now you know that you have a place to go. Now you understand that you have clarity. Now you have this direction to lead you towards. You have this light to follow. But you cannot stare at the light, because although having clarity of your vision or your goals, where you're trying to go, having clarity on the lighthouse, we must understand where we want to go, and then we have to focus back on the water. Because only by looking at the water, only by focusing on what's in front of us, can we actually take the necessary steps to get there. What happens if you're staring at the lighthouse, but an iceberg is coming up? If you're looking at the light instead of the water, boom, you and your crew are going down. We need the lighthouse for clarity, for vision, for direction. But then we need to lock back in and focus on the now, focus on the steps, focus on the water. I can only kill the inconsistency if I be ruthlessly authentic. This is key. Before I told you guys I was trying to be too masculine. That's not me. I'm a much more balanced guy. And ever since I've been embracing my feminine more, I've been loving life more, I've been feeling more free, and I've been getting more success. Why? Well, the feminine is all about receiving. It's all about flow. The feminine is represented by water, by like the ocean. Think about it. And so if you're not able to take in the flow, if you're not connected with your feminine, then your flow of abundance, your ability to receive that water will be cut off, and you won't be able to receive your abundance. Ever since I've embraced my feminine within the last 6 weeks, I've been popping the fuck off. It's because I'm living a more flow life. I'm living a more free life. I'm living a more fun life. I love my masculine direction. I love it because I need it. But I can't be super strict or super directed all the time. It doesn't work for me. And so I have to be myself. I had to fall in line to myself, to my femininity. And ever since I've done that, I've never felt better. And I've never done better. We have to be ruthlessly authentic, guys. And the last one, this is the most important part. I have to make stuff that I want to make, even if it's bad. I love this mindset. Guys, we have to make stuff that we want to make. We have to be authentic. I like to say that your business model needs to be, the work that you do in your business needs to be fun, fulfilling, and inducing of the flow state. If you have these three things, you will destroy your competition. It's that simple. If your work is fun, you'll work harder. If your work is fulfilling, you'll work harder. And if your work gets you into a flow state, you'll work harder. Or you'll work more, whatever. If your work is fun, you'll work more. If your work is fulfilling, you'll work more. If your work is flow state inducing, you'll work more. What is flow state? Good question. Flow state is like the peak optimal experience. You know when athletes say, I'm in the zone? Flow state. It's when you're one with the task. Right now, I'm completely in flow right now. I don't have any thoughts in my mind. All I'm doing is focusing right now. I'm just trying to deliver you value. I'm in flow. And we get in flow by having a challenge level and a skill level that are equal, or maybe our challenge just slightly exceeds our skill. Think about this. Let's say you are an elite MMA fighter, right? You've been training for years, 12 years, right? Training is your life. Now imagine you had to get in a ring with a complete novice who's never even thrown a punch. How would that make you feel? Would you want to fight that novice? No, it'd be boring, right? It would be like, what's the challenge? Where's the fun? And now think about it from the novice's perspective. Think about you're the novice, and you have to fight the elite MMA fighter who's been training every day for 12 years. Would you want to fight them? I definitely wouldn't. What the hell? It's too anxiety-inducing. It's scary as hell. And so, guys, if the challenge is too high, then we'll forever be anxious and we won't be able to start. But if the challenge is too low and our skill is too high, then it's going to be boring and we'll never want to even put the energy into it. We need our challenge and our skill level to be similar. Let me actually tell you this story. So I started meditating. I wanted to start meditating for an hour every day. And I did so for about the first day. I did 40 minutes because that was what I was originally going to do. 20 minutes in the day, and then 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. Then the next 2 or 3 days, I did an hour, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes midday, 20 minutes at night. 2 days I did that, I believe, 2 or 3. And then the one day, I did 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. In the afternoon. And at the evening, dude, it was so hard for me to meditate. Like, my mind was coping. It was wandering so much. I tried to focus. I tried to come back to the breath, and my mind was just all over the place. I felt like my brain was just cooked. It was really, really, really hard to meditate for 20 minutes. And it was like that for 2 days in a row. And so I hadn't meditated. The past 2 days. Well, that's actually not true. I hadn't meditated 2 days ago, and yesterday I meditated for about 15 minutes. I did a little 5-minute meditation midday, and actually, yeah, that was it. Actually, I only meditated for 5 minutes yesterday. And now I'm like, you know what? Let's just do 10 minutes. Why? Obviously, 20 was too hard. Doing for an hour every day, 20-minute increments, it was too hard. The challenge was too high, and my skill wasn't. And so I decreased the challenge. In 10 minutes, I did 10 minutes this morning, nothing. I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely do this. So guys, if something is too hard, if something's too challenging, just lower it. Just lower the challenge. It's okay. Drop your fucking ego. Seriously. If it's too hard, you're not going to start. And so you lower the bar so you can start making progress. It really is that simple. All right? You have to start out being bad. You have to start out at the low skill level to work up. And so if you make stuff that's bad, or you allow yourself to be bad, you can eventually work to good. And that's what makes stuff, even if it's bad, is all about. Let me tell you about the authenticity meta. So this is my purposeful productivity course. It's basically my guide to becoming a consistent and fulfilled creator, and giving you the foundation to start making your first dollar online. The purposeful productivity course the purposeful productivity philosophy basically goes like this. It was what I told you. It's similar to what I was telling you about fun, fulfillment, and flow earlier. You will work harder, you will do better work, and you will work harder, you will work more, and you will produce better work. If what you're working for, what you're working on, is something you love, something you enjoy, and something that's impactful and fulfilling to you. If it's impacting people, that means something to you, and if it's fulfilling, you're going to work harder. I recorded this course in 25 hours. 20 videos, 25 hours. I started at 10 a.m. on June 28th, I believe, and I finished at 11 a.m. on June 29th. I recorded the first 14 videos the first day. Funnily enough, I actually recorded 17 and a half videos that day, but 2.5 of them didn't have a mic. The mic was off for it. It was pretty depressing. And so I re-recorded 2 of those videos, and then I called it a day. Guys, I was in the flow all day that day. It was so awesome. And that's what purposeful productivity is about. If you're doing something you love, like teaching, like helping people, like I do, like speaking, like I do, if you're doing flow state tasks, then you're just going to want to work hard. If you're helping your people, you're just going to want to work hard. It's that simple. And the authenticity meta on YouTube reflects the purposeful productivity philosophy. Remember when I was telling you guys that I wasn't playing the game correctly, right? I showed you guys my views before, and they were trash because I wasn't really aligned with my authenticity. When you are being yourself, when you're presenting yourself authentically, when you're presenting your value, when you're just sharing your stories and your lessons, people are attracted to that. People are attracted to people. Energy is attracted to energy. Vibrations are attracted to vibrations. And so if you're sending out signals of your authenticity, your energy, your people will feel those signals, and they'll start vibrating towards you. They will come and find you. But you have to put yourself out there, and you have to keep consistently doing it. The authenticity meta on YouTube is huge. You can literally make it just being yourself, just providing value. You don't have to make clickbaity thumbnails. You don't have to do none of that bullshit. You don't have to play the algorithm game. You play the authenticity game. And that is how you make money. That's what I've done. And I showed you guys earlier. I made $1,200 or $1,185 in 9 days. by signing 5 clients. This is possible for all of us, guys. You just have to play the right game. This was me last month, towards the end of June. This is actually me at my last videography event. And this is actually the same exact day I finished recording the course. I had to shoot this videography event because I basically, like, my ex Joe, my partner Joe I was telling you about earlier, he really needed me to come through for him. He didn't have another photographer to come through for the event. And so I was honestly struggling with even wanting to go because I kind of felt like I was being a people pleaser. But I also didn't want to end the relationship on a bad note or have any karma that came back to me. So I went and I did it. And honestly, I felt good about doing it. But let me tell you this. I was at that event for 3 hours, boring as hell, didn't really do shit except take pictures. I would have much rather recorded 10 more videos with my completely fried brain that day than would have went to that event. I would have rather recorded 10 more videos with a completely fried brain. After I finished recording at 11 a.m. this day, my brain was cooked. It literally felt slow. I felt slow in the head. I would have rather recorded 10 more videos than did that event. Why? Purposeful productivity. Because I would have been serving my people. Simple. This was me at the end of July. At the end of June, 396 subs. I started June with 115 subs, and I ended with 396 subs. Pretty crazy. This is actually me at the event. This is a cute picture. And then this is just me, my client Jeremy, and this was my numbers at the end of June. These are my most popular, these are what my numbers looked like for my most popular videos at the end of June. It's cool. Let me tell you where I'm at now, a few weeks later. Now I'm at 866 subscribers. I finished my first vlog. I actually made my vlog. Guys, I've been wanting to make this vlog called Road to Renaissance. This is like my show that I'm going to be starting. I've wanted to make this for 3 months, but I was in my head thinking, planning, structuring, not actually doing any real work. I was thinking about it for like a month straight, and then I scrapped it because it was just too much. It was too overwhelming, right? And then eventually, I got to the point where I was like, yo, I'm just going to execute. I was feeling the itch one day, and I executed. And it was awesome, right? I started my vlog. This is just a little screenshot from my client Violet. She was going through like a rough patch, and I was texting her like some like encouraging words, some words she needed to hear. Literally sent like 2 entire paragraphs to her. Like, took me like an hour to text. This is her response. Guys, like, I love what I'm doing every day. Like, these are look at my numbers now. just saying, I'm almost at my first 5K view video. For some reason, my video, this video, for some reason this video wasn't there. I made my first $1,100, or I made $1,100 in the last 9 days. For some reason, that's not popping up here. But that video's got 2K views now. These are my numbers now, guys. I'm looking pretty good, in my opinion. And all because I learned how to play the YouTube game correctly. All because I finally got it. It finally clicked for me. And now I'm clear on my vision and my direction. I know where I'm going. I know what I have to do to get there. I've healed my relationship with my inner artist, which was extremely damaged and blocked me from creating for a long time. It blocked me. And honestly, the only thing that really allowed me to unblock that was forgiveness. I felt very blocked by my grandmother and my relationship with her. And because of the way I grew up with her, and I felt like I couldn't really express myself authentically, it put me into a box for a very long time that, oh, I'm shy. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I don't want to show myself. And that kept me back for a long time, guys. And I was damaged for a long time. But one day I called my grandmother because I was tired of being held back by my past. I was tired of letting my internal anchors keep me from my abundance. And so I called her and I was like, Mama, I forgive you. I understand. I've been holding on to this for over 15 years. I don't want to hold on to this no more. And I let it go. And ever since then, I've been free. I've been free. And I've overcome my mental barriers to become a consistent and fulfilled YouTuber and an entrepreneur. I love what I'm doing. Like, I've literally never been more fulfilled in my life. I've never felt more proud. I've never been more excited. I've never been more joyful of what I'm doing and where I'm going. I feel so abundant. I've been feeling like this for 2 months. I felt abundant before I even had a client. Why? Because I was being myself, because I was creating authentically. I started my daily uploads May 15th. I launched my product, DRC, June 1st. I got my first client June 12th. But for that first month almost, it didn't matter that I didn't make any money because I was doing what I needed to do. Guys, we don't need to be fully actualized in our purpose. We don't need to be fully actualized to feel fulfilled. All we need to do is know that we're taking the steps, know that we're making progress every day. If you're checking off the box of purpose, if you're doing the work that God put you here to do every day, in my opinion, nothing else matters. Now I'm making an impact and changing lives. I'm using this God-given purpose. I'm helping my people, right? These are some comments that I've been getting in the last few days. This is my video about making my first $1,100. I'm about to lock in, do what you're doing. This is a good. I'm just gonna call her a friend. We'll say Kiara's a friend. Shout out Kiara. Kiara's really cool. She gave me this compliment. Always breaks it down in the best way possible. Super encouraging and real. Yeah, I totally linked the book in here, or I totally mentioned the book and I forgot. So I was like, yo, I totally forgot about that. Appreciate you. This is actually my favorite one. I just hit 200 subs, and this is the first video I see once I open up the app. YouTube has to be the best thing on the internet. Yeah, I agree, bro. I really do agree. Like, I've literally been in love with YouTube since I was this big. 8 years old. 8 years old, I've been in love with YouTube. 12 years. And ever since I posted my first YouTube video on February 12th, 2012, February 24th, 2012, I've known that this is for me. And now I really know. I really see how much YouTube is impacting me. And I just want to bring that to other people. In my opinion, YouTube and business are the ultimate vehicles for fun, for fulfillment, and for freedom. And so I just want to spread YouTube and business to as many people as possible, to as many as my people as possible, my fellow spiritual entrepreneurs. So I want to help you. That's what I'm here to do. This is some more love. This is one of my loyal subs. This is my second client, Jeremy. He was I shouted him out and I told him this is actually a funny story. So my client Tristan, he had watched one of my videos called "If You're Willing, You Could Make Money Online If you're willing, you could make money online in 30 days as a small educational YouTuber." That video, right? Tristan saw that video. He clicked it. 1, because he was interested in making money online in 30 days. 2, because he felt like a call to him because he was a small educational YouTuber, right? He watched that video. It was a 28-minute video. And at the end, after he served my CTA, he said he was running for his wallet. How one YouTube video made me $197. In that video, I was talking about the power of long-form content because Tristan had watched that 28-minute video, which was packed full of value. I also talked about something called Dunbar's number, which is a concept in psychology that basically says that we, as people, can only have 150 names, people, brands, organizations in our head at once. And so if someone is a part of your 150, it is much more likely that you're going to buy from them. And so if we want to become a part of someone else's 150, so they buy from us, then there's typically 2 things that you can do to enter that 150. You spend 7 hours of time together, and you meet on 11 occurrences. Now, before the power of the internet, this wasn't very easy to do. We'd have to go meet people, door to knock, face to face, spend a lot of time together. Now we have the power of content. We have the internet. And my client, Jeremy, this is funny. Honestly, I'm just going to read this to you, right? This is Jeremy. He isn't lying to you. June 7th, first time the algorithm served me a JC Dubs video. I watched 13 vids in one day. The 5th was a 38-minute vid. I thought, who the hell does this guy with 160-ish subs have the audacity to think he is thinking that someone wants to invest 38 minutes watching his small YouTube channel video? Right? So he was talking shit. He was like, who the hell is this guy with 160 subs? Thinks someone's going to watch a 30-minute video. That was actually my first VSL. This is my first video sales letter. Click. So he was talking all this shit in his head, right? And then he clicked on it because he wondered who this kid was who had the audacity. He listened on the way to work, and he realized that I was onto something. It was nice for me to have Jaden and his school group in my life and to get feedback about my actions and my thoughts and ideas, as well as seeing what others are doing with their channels and business ideas and creative endeavors. I think that as we learn from him, he is listening to us also, and that helps him to learn how to better serve his audience and clients. It's a symbiotic relationship. 1,000,000%. I'm here to serve my people, and you guys are serving me. The more I give, the more feedback I receive. And so I give to you guys, and you guys tell me your struggles. Like when I started offering, so on June 1st, so my original 3 clients, I showed you guys Violet and my client Jeremy. My first 3 clients were for my creativity coaching. So it was basically an offer where I helped spiritual creators unblock their creativity and become more consistent, create consistently. That was my first offer. That was the offer, like that was the 38-minute video. That was the VSL that Jeremy had saw that he was talking shit about. And on June, like the last day of June, I was like, yo, I want to pivot. I'd hit my 300 subs. I hit 300 subs and I got like my 3rd client. And so I was like, yo, I know I can convert on 1% of my audience. Got my first sale at 187. I got my second at 222. I got my 3rd at 300. I'm like, I can convert on 1% of my audience. I believe in this. I want to show other people how to do this. I pivoted business models. I got my next 5 clients on helping them get coaching clients through YouTube, right? But it was really helping them become coaches, right? Helping them become coaches, creating their offer, and YouTube. So it was kind of like the whole thing. And now I've pivoted again because I realized that I don't actually really want to help people create an offer. If you have valuable business skills that you really want to turn into an offer, awesome, I'll help you do that. But I really want to target entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs who already have a coaching offer, who already have value to provide, and just don't know how to use the game of YouTube to get their traffic. Because in my opinion, YouTube is the best way to get traffic. It's the best way. It allows you long-form content, which allows you to spend time with people, and allow long-form content, more likely to buy from you. Jeremy watched my videos on June 7th, watched 13 of them on June 7th. Within a week, he was my client. June 13th, he bought from me. We had our first call, and it was actually awesome. He thought it was June 14th, which was Father's Day, but it wasn't. Because the prior day, he had mentioned that he had a daughter, and so on Father's Day, I sent him a Father's Day text. And he was like, wow, that means a lot, Jack. It's crazy that you even heard that. I remember that. Of course I did. Because that's the kind of guy I am. This is a symbiotic relationship, right? When you spend more time, when you make more long-form content like YouTube provides, it allows your people to feel closer to you. They can become a part, or you become a part of their Dunbar's number, which means they're more likely to buy from you. YouTube is king, guys. YouTube allows that close connection, allows for long-form content. And people who are on YouTube are more likely students. If people on YouTube who are watching educational content like you're going to be providing if you're an entrepreneur, those are intellectual people. Those are people who most likely have money. These are people who are students who want to learn, who want to improve. Those are your people. Those are the people you want. Those are the people I have. YouTube is the best place for that. Not TikTok, not Instagram. Twitter's okay, but if you want to make videos, I got you. I'm your guy. Trust me. This is also another testimonial from Journal. You can read that if you want. This is me now, guys. These are my numbers now. These are some of my videos from the last few weeks, or last couple of weeks. 300, 100, 70, 200, 300, 600, 100, 2K, 1K, 100, 100, 300, 200, 200. Almost 5K. And like I told you guys, Jeremy, right? I've watched Jaden almost every day since I found him on June 7th. Today is July 15th. I jumped into work with him by Father's Day on June 14th. Like I told you, it was the day before. I wanted in early to see from up close what he is doing. Right now, I am watching him become what he set out to become. It has been crazy watching this unfold. Watching validates that this is possible. Eyes wide open. It's pretty crazy, right? Guys, 2 months ago, 63 days ago, 60 days ago too, but I didn't have any clients. I wasn't making any money online. I was just a guy who was posting videos that I thought were valuable. That's it. And now I have 7 coaching clients. Now I understand how to play the YouTube game correctly. Now I'm growing faster than ever. Guys, you want to know what my revenue goal for July was? $500. I made $1,000 in the first 2 weeks of July. I want to help you do the same. Actually, I want to help you make way more money, and I will, because you have a high ticket offer, which is awesome. I can teach you how to play the YouTube game. I can teach you how to get numbers like this, how to serve your audience with value, so they say things like this about you. I can help you get your first 5 clients like I have. Now, I'm just completely obsessed with YouTube and business. Like I told you guys, I see them as the ultimate vehicles for fun, for fulfillment, for freedom. And so I just want to spread them as much as possible. I'm ruthless. You guys don't even know how obsessed I am with this mission. I'm ruthlessly driven to help spiritual entrepreneurs use YouTube to grow their brand and get high ticket clients. I'm just so driven. I want more of my spiritual people, more people who are spiritual to become rich, and I want more rich people to become spiritual. Because if more of us who have this purpose, who have this mission to spread love, spread education, spread fulfillment, if more of us had the resources to impact the world would be like a much better place. Like, I want to make money for freedom. For my own freedom, yes. For my family's freedom, yes. But for the world's freedom mainly. Because the more money I make, the more I can help people make money, the more I can teach people how to make their own money, and the more of my money I can use in the world to actualize things that will make it better. This is why I love business. Not only can I be fulfilled and help people, I can make money that's going to give me freedom and the world freedom? What? Sounds like a steal to me. And so I'm ruthlessly driven to help spiritual entrepreneurs use YouTube to grow their brand and to get high ticket clients in less than half of the time it took me. Guys, I started my journey in December, and I didn't really get this thing going. I didn't really understand this thing until July. That's 7.5 months. But I know that I can condense it to 3 for you. I know it. Especially if you already have business skills, you're already an entrepreneur who's competent, right? You just maybe you don't really understand the online space that much, or you're just clueless about YouTube. I get it. I was there. And so I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you figure out YouTube. I'm going to help you create your funnel so you can start using YouTube to provide value to other people and to start getting high ticket clients. That's enough of my story, right? How can you change your life? How can you take action? How can you start making the progress that you want towards your goals? Step 1, we actually create the product. If you already haven't, right? If you don't have a product or an offer. Step 2, you create your content. And step 3, we create consistently. So let's talk about the product. You have to start with your vision and your goals. Remember I was telling you about earlier? I didn't have clarity. I didn't know where I wanted to go. And so I didn't really know who I wanted to help. We have to figure out who we want to serve and where we're trying to go. I'm all about love. I'm all about education. I'm all about fulfillment. I'm all about making the world a better place through spreading that love, spreading that education. That's what I want to see. I want to rebuild the education system. That's like a 30-year goal of mine. And so I have to continuously learn. I have to continuously educate. I have to build this network of other students, of other people who feel the same. Because as long as I have enough people behind me, we can do anything together. And so that's what I'm doing. That's my vision. You have to figure out yours so you can figure out what goals to hit. My main goals right now are just $20K a month revenue, help 20 coaches get their first 5 high ticket clients, or get 5 high ticket clients through YouTube, and to move to New York City. I want to move to New York City. I want to be around other artists, other entrepreneurs, other killers. That's where I want to be. I feel like that's the place for me. And so that's where I want to go. I have my vision. I have my goals. And because of that, I know where I'm going. I have my lighthouse. Next is my purposeful productivity philosophy. I already told you about this, so I'm going to rant over it. But if you have something you love, something you want to work hard for, and something that is impacting people, then you're just going to want to work harder for it. You know what I mean? You're just going to want to do it. You will work harder, you will work more, and you will produce better work for something that you love, something that's impacting people. It's simple. It really is. And the last art is the offer. So if you don't already have your offer, I'll help you create your offer or maybe make it more valuable. But the offer is basically about structuring your avatar, structuring your roadmap, putting the package together, and then using the value equation to make it more valuable and perceived as more valuable so you get more sales. Step 2 is creating your content. Now, this is the big part, right? This is what you're really here for, most likely. So we start with our content strategy. We have to make our product first because our product is aligned with our content, or our content's aligned with our product, right? In business, we have two levers: product, traffic. And so we have the thing that makes us our money, and we have the thing that tells us or tells our people about, the thing that makes us our money. And so our content, our trafficking needs to be aligned with the product, right? So it makes sense. So we have to start with the product, and then we can create our content around that. Your content strategy is basically what your content is about and your scheduling. That's really it, honestly. Next up is my ruthless authenticity philosophy. This is what I was telling you about earlier, guys. The authenticity meta, being 100% yourself. Your people are attracted to you. In the beginning of this video, I started with spiritual entrepreneurs, God-given purpose, right? And I said, if that's not you, you can leave. That's my ruthless authenticity. Guys, we're not here to say yes to everybody. We're here to say yes to our people. That is how ruthless you have to be. You got to 100% be yourself. I am, like in December when I was telling you guys, I was trying to be too masculine, right? I was probably trying to be 90, I was probably own a 90% masculine. It was if it's a continuum, right? The percentages. That's not me. Naturally, I'm probably 65, 70%. That's the real. I am a more balanced guy. And because of that, once I finally realigned to that balance and I really started accepting my feminine by healing that relationship with my grandmother, like I told you guys, everything started making sense. Everything started flowing. That's the ruthless authenticity, the authenticity meta. Your people will find you, guys. I started June with 115 subscribers. I started my daily uploads on May 15th with 69 subscribers. And 63 days later, I'm at 875 subscribers. 2 months, 800 subs, all because I was being myself every day. This shit is not rocket science. Creating valuable content is a skill. This is basically the most important thing I have to teach you. Now, the biggest part about creating valuable content is the value itself, right? But we cannot get people to see the value of our video if we're not playing the attention game correctly. And that is about your packaging. That is about your title and thumbnail. That's about the impressions. Because people can see a title and thumbnail, right? People can see your video on their feed. If they don't click on it, they can't watch it. And so you need to be able to play the game of attracting attention. How do you do that? Let me just tell you how to write better titles real quick, all right? So basically, if you want to capture attention, you have to do something called creating a curiosity gap. A curiosity gap comes into our mind when we see something and a question pops into our head that we need an answer to. So, I showed you guys earlier my vlog, Road to Renaissance. The thumbnail is my phone with a PayPal notification of $200. The title is Day in the Life of a 20-Year-Old Entrepreneur. And so you see that title, Day in the Life of a 20-Year-Old Entrepreneur. You see that thumbnail, $200 PayPal notification. That's interesting. That's an intriguing story. You're like, oh, how'd this guy do that? I wonder what happened. How did he make this much money in one day? Questions pop into their head, and the only way to satisfy those questions, the only way to get answers, the only way to fill in the curiosity gap, clicking and watching to find the answers. So we create curiosity gaps by leaving out information. We can do it by evoking emotions such as fear, such as desire, such as love. Mainly fear and desire. Those are the most potent ones. We can also make bold statements or controversial claims. Polarizing people gets clicks. Trust. This is such a funny story. A couple of weeks ago, I posted a video called Stop Playing Video Games, Start Playing Business. And someone had literally commented on my video, YouTube, stop recommending me shit like this. So I want you to think about this. This guy saw my title and thumbnail. He was like, this is stupid. I'm going to click on it and comment, YouTube, stop recommending me shit like this because I don't want to see more videos like this. How could that possibly make sense? This guy clicked on my video and commented, which is only going to drive up him seeing those types of videos. I can't tell you why he did it, guys. All I can tell you is polarize people. Make bold statements, make controversial claims. Just do it, okay? So those are general strategies you can use to implement to create curiosity gaps, leaving out information, inducing emotion or invoking emotion like fear, desire, or love, or making bold statements and controversial claims. Those are like strategies, ideas. Now let me tell you how to actually craft a title, how to craft a good headline. You want to start with your idea. You want to target your audience, target your people, and then you want to craft a compelling promise, and then you want to like basically just make that as clear and concise as possible. So let me tell you about this video, right? The video I told you about earlier. That got me one sale, right? that got me a sale, which is whatever. The video, if you're willing, you could make money online in 30 days as a small educational YouTuber. Okay? So I targeted my people, small educational YouTuber, right? And that targeting, it made Tristan feel heard, which is why he bought. I also had a compelling promise. The promise is basically what the video is about. It's the problem, it's the solution, it's the transformation, it's the thing you're making them aware of or you're telling them how to do. That's like the promise, okay? And so my promise was make money online in 30 days. That's a compelling promise. I recently made a video literally yesterday, called How to Write Better Titles and Get More Views. It's gotten like 130-ish views in the first day. Why? Because it's clear, concise, it has a compelling promise, and it targets my people. Oh, well, the title is How to Create Better Titles and Get More Views as a Small YouTuber. That's the title, right? So I target my people, small YouTuber. I craft a compelling promise, create better titles and get more views, and it's clear and concise. How to create better titles and get more views as a small YouTuber. It's concise, it makes sense, it targets my people, and it has a compelling promise. All right, so you start with your idea, and then you build off that idea by targeting your people and crafting a compelling promise that makes them want to click, right? You trigger that desire with this compelling promise. That's how we do it, guys. That's how you capture attention. Now, the structure doesn't have to be like in order. It doesn't have to be like idea, target audience, compelling promise. Like I usually target my audience at the end, but you could do it anyway. My client Erin, one of her more popular videos since she started working with me, it's gotten almost 1,000 views in the past 10 days or so. It's called Spiritual Women Could Be Rich If They Move Fast. Target audience, spiritual women, so that was first. And then the promise came second. Could be rich if they move fast, right? So the video was interesting. They wanted to click and they watched it. That video actually got Erin her first coaching call, which is pretty cool. So, guys, understanding how to package correctly, understanding how to write better titles so you can capture attention and play the attention game correctly, that's very important because packaging the title and thumbnail is the top of the funnel. Let me just break down the YouTube funnel to you too real quick. So the YouTube funnel goes like this. You're packaging your title and your thumbnail, right? Because if no one clicks on the title and the thumbnail, they can't watch the video. Then they come to the video, which is the authenticity. It's your value. It's you being yourself, and it's the value you provide. Value is just when you solve problems, when you alleviate pain, when you bring awareness. You tell people about their problems. You tell people about their solutions. You tell people how to overcome their problems. You help people with execution. That is value, okay? And so if you're being yourself and you're providing value, awesome. So we have packaging, title, and thumbnail. We have the video itself, which is the value and the authenticity. And then it's the CTA. It's the call to action. This is when we tell people about our product. This is when we tell people to go to the second link in the description, check out our product. You want to work with me one-to-one if you're a spiritual creator or spiritual entrepreneur, rather, who wants to get 5 high-ticket coaching clients through YouTube. I want to help you do that. Second link in the description. Right? So that was a CTA. That was my CTA. We have to do a CTA every single video, guys. Every single video. Like I was telling you about, product, traffic, right? You have the product, but you need as much traffic as possible. Traffic is all about like getting sales is literally just a game of repetitions. If you have your product and you tell enough people about it, someone's going to buy it eventually. As long as you're targeting the right people and your offer is actually good. And so you have to just put the reps in marketing your product. You have to put the reps in CTAing it and telling people about your product. CTAs are so critical, guys. My client, Shawana, she never CTA'd. Never CTA'd. She always had her product in her description, never CTA'd. The first time she does a CTA, sale. This is not rocket science. Tell people about your shit, please. Okay, so that's the CTA. So we tell people about our CTA and we tell them to go to the YouTube description because that's where our link is. And so the next funnel, the next starts, okay, so you have the packaging at the top, the title and the thumbnail. We have the video, the authenticity and the value. We have the CTA, which targets our people, spiritual entrepreneurs. It tells us how we can help them. If you're a spiritual entrepreneur, I want to help you use YouTube because your first to get your first 5 high-ticket coaching clients in 90 days, right? So we tell people, we target our people, we tell them how we can help them, and we tell them where to go. That's interesting. Second link description. Check that out, right? That's my actual CTA. So we target our people, we tell them how we can help them, and we tell them where to go. Packaging, video, CTA. Next art is the actual description. The copywriting in your YouTube description is actually important, guys. Think about if someone heard your CTA, they were maybe interested in working with you, but they weren't exactly sure. If they went to the YouTube description and the copywriting there was boring, they might click off. They might not go click on the link and go to your sales page. I told this to my client Erin when she had first launched her product. After I checked out her first video when she'd CTA'd, and I checked out her link. I checked out her description, and it just said one-to-one mentorship /community before her link. I was like, no, Erin, this is whack. This is whack. There's no emotion. There's no feeling there. We need feeling. We need emotion, right? People buy with emotion, and then we justify with logic. And so we need a vision to get behind. We need a story to get behind. We need something that we feel that makes us want to move. A boring ass one-to-one mentorship and community, whack. That's not going to trigger any emotion. You know what will? Join when you're ready to create an orgasmic life that doesn't just exist in the bedroom. Whoo! That's Erin's new copy. I'm like, that's amazing, Erin, right? I told her we have to sell the vision, right? So I gave her a couple examples. My previous copy said, become a coach and get your first 5 clients in 90 days, or I'll work with you for free until you do. That's a vision. That's a promise. That's compelling. That's the offer. That's emotional. And so people clicked and they bought. I told her about Hamza's as well. So Hamza's basically says, get Hamza's help to make 10K a month. He has an entrepreneur school, and people who like Hamza watch his videos, and so they want to get his help to make money. Emotional, making money. Awesome. Cool. That's a vision. That's a story. Right? And then I told Erin about that, and she immediately got it. She immediately executed. It's not hard, guys. All we have to do is understand how to play the game correctly. Okay? So that's the YouTube copywriting. That's important. So we have our packaging, we have the video, we have the CTA, we have the copywriting in the YouTube description, and now we get to our sales page. Okay? So our sales page consists of our video sales letter, literally what you're watching right now. If you're not on my sales page and you're on my YouTube channel, this is a video sales letter. I'm trying to pitch you my product if you didn't know that. So your video sales letter basically outlines your client journey. It tells them why they should work with you. You start by addressing your audience's pain points. Then you position yourself as an authority, which basically means introducing yourself, talking about your story and your struggles and how you overcame them, right? And then you lay out the roadmap. Literally what I'm doing to you right now. I'm literally giving you the roadmap, like my roadmap. You lay out the roadmap, how you can help your client transform their life. And then at the end of it, you talk about your package features and benefits, or your package features. We're going to talk about that later. That's how your VSL should look. So your sales page consists of your video sales letter. It consists of your copywriting, the actual text that you have to persuade people to want to work with you. And it can consist of any visuals or any social proof, right? So if you have testimonials or if you have any other images that can help people, that will help people see and want to buy, all that goes in your sales page, okay? So that's important, guys, okay? The sales page, because the sales page is how they actually buy the thing, right? If your sales page isn't good, if your sales page isn't convincing, it's very unlikely people are going to buy. So we have our packaging, our title and thumbnail, we have our video, our authenticity and our value, we have our CTA, targeting our people, telling our people what we do, how we can help them, telling them where to go. We have the copywriting in the YouTube description. We have our VSL, we have our sales page, which consists of our VSL, our copy, our testimonials, our visuals. And then we have the final part of the funnel, step 6, which is the product itself, the service, the thing they actually buy. Okay? So the funnel is basically how people go from traffic to the product. And this is the entire funnel. And we have to understand this entire funnel because at any single point, we could have a constraint, and that constraint will cause us to not have flow and not be making money in our business. And basically, something you get for working one-to-one with me is like a funnel review. And so I'll go through every single part of your funnel, and I'll identify where constraint is, what you can work on to start alleviating that pain, getting that flow back. That is the YouTube funnel, and that is why understanding how to create valuable content is very important, because the biggest constraint for most small YouTubers is packaging. Packaging is the top of your funnel. And so if you're just not getting enough traction, you're not getting enough eyes, not enough people will know about your thing. Like I told you guys, marketing, getting the sales, it's all about reps. It's all about numbers. And so you need to be getting those views. You need to be getting those impressions. You need to be converting those impressions into views, rather. People need to be seeing your packaging, seeing your titles and thumbnails, and actually watching the videos. That is why you need to understand the skill of creating content. Step 3 is creating consistently. Find what works for you, okay? This is key. I upload daily videos. Why? Because it's fun. I love uploading daily. Also, it's more volume, which means I learn faster and I get results faster. But uploading daily really, really works for me. Honestly, I just love recording videos every day. I find that days I don't record videos, I feel less good about life. So I just like to record videos every day. And that works for me. But recording daily might not work for you. Maybe you're more of a weekly person. Maybe you really like long form content, like an hour or two. Maybe you're like a podcaster and you rather do 1 or 2 videos a week that are really like you can really focus on them and that's your intent. That's awesome. Maybe you are like, maybe instead of doing like daily videos, right? You do, or in weekly videos, you, I don't even know what I'm saying here. We have to find out what works best for us. It's that simple. Because YouTube is a long game, okay? Business is a long game. And if you're not willing to play the long game, you're going to fold. I had someone reach out to me recently last week, and he's actually a guy who grows YouTube channels. This is actually a really good transition to the second one. He's a guy that grows YouTube channels, and he sent me like an email, and he even like sent me a loom, literally like the thing I'm recording right now. He sent me a loom on my YouTube channel. He's like, yo, Jaden, I think we work well together. At the beginning of his presentation, he was showing me that he had recently like created this new channel to prove his methods. This guy literally had a video that got 350K views, like popped off. I've seen the video on my feed. I haven't watched it, but I saw it pop up on my feed a couple weeks like before he hit me up. So I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck, this guy's legit. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dang, should I work with this guy? Should I hear what he has to say? Like, I'm not sure. But in my head, I'm like, this feels like a test. Over the past few days, I felt like I was getting tested. I had people telling me, oh, Jaden, maybe you shouldn't upload daily videos, right? Maybe you should cut down to 2 or 3 times a week. Focus on quality instead of quantity, right? And I'm just like, yeah, no, fuck all that. Because I know that what I'm doing is working for me. And so I hit Dennis back. I'm like, hey, Dennis, I appreciate you reaching out, my man. I'm going to pass. I know that my methods might not be the most fast or efficient, but I love what I'm doing. And so I know I'm going to win in the end. That is the game you have to play. The infinite game, the game that you want to play, and the game of focus and persistence. Like I said, it was a good transition, right? Steve Jobs said this: focus isn't saying yes to the thing that you said you would do. It's saying no to everything that isn't that thing. And so instead of saying yes to recording videos and that being focus, focus is saying no to Dennis. Focus is saying no to like watching shows like every day or something. Focus is saying no to, I don't know, whatever. Focus is saying no to other partnerships potentially. Focus is saying no to writing on Twitter. Focus is having one thing, focusing on that one thing, picking that one thing over and over and over again, and deciding to not do anything else over and over and over again. That is focus. And we need focus because focus is a requirement if you want to build. You need focus in order to build. You can maintain things without focus. That's possible. But if you want to build something, if you want to grow, it needs your full intention. And your focus can only be in one spot because the surface area is just too small to go anywhere else. It's too small to be split between 2 areas. And so you have to pick one. You have to pick one. I was towards the end of June, right? I went from 100 to 393 subs in a month. And in the last week of June, I was flexing. I was on Instagram and I was flexing and shit. And I was like, yo, I'm out here, yo. And I was trying to like get people to work with me. Maybe I started writing on Twitter again, sharing my stories and like, yo, you want to work with me? Let's do it, right? But I was like, I was distracted, right? My attention was split between YouTube through Twitter and through Instagram. I was posting on these other avenues, potentially getting clients, sharing my stories, but I wasn't actually getting any results that I wanted to get. That last week of June, I wasn't getting any results I wanted to get. I cut both of those back out, stopped writing on Twitter, stopped using Instagram, deleted both again, logged back in on YouTube. 2 weeks, I doubled my subscriber count, and I got 5 more clients. Focus is everything. With focus, you can build. I love this analogy, actually. Hamza taught me this like last week. And this is honestly why I've been so ruthless. When you want to hit a goal, you need to align as many of your thoughts as possible to that goal. Let's say we have 10,000 thoughts in a day. But if you're splitting your attention between 10 different things, you can only put 1,000 thoughts a day into those things. But what if you have one goal? One goal. Not goals in video games, not a fitness goal, just a business goal. Just that. If you have one goal, you can put all 10,000 thoughts to that one goal. That is where the exponential progress comes. That is when the asymptote skyrockets. That's when you take off. Only happens with focus. Only comes with being ruthless and cutting out the other things. 10,000 thoughts on one goal. That is how you will win. Focus and persistence. Because although we need focus, we also need to just keep going. Things won't pop off right away. They won't. They just won't. But if you stick it out, if you continuously learn, if you continuously improve, if you continuously evolve, and you have this mindset of, I'm in this for the long game, you're going to kill everyone that's not. You're just going to destroy everyone. Because these people aren't willing to play the game that we are. And so we're going to destroy them every time. It's that simple. But that only comes with that focus, and that only comes with being persistent. The last part, this is how you get sales, is building community and selling the vision. This is the most important part. So at the end of all my videos, I say, my name is Jaden. I'm here building the creator community of spiritual creators, artists, entrepreneurs, people who want to spread love, spread education, spread fulfillment, reach financial independence, doing what we love every day. That is like my call to action for getting people to sub, to like, to share, to grow my spiritual tribe. I'm all about community. I'm all about the vision. I sell people the vision. And they see me as the visionary. They see me as this leader. They see me as this guy who's going places. And so what? They get behind me. When people see you as this visionary, when you position yourself as an authority, when you position yourself as someone who's going somewhere and can take their people there, people want to get behind that. Amazing entrepreneur, Myron Golden, he likes to say that brands are the stories that we associate ourselves with. I think that's such a great idea. The brand of Apple, it's slick, it's physique. I mean, it's slick, I don't know, it's sexy, right? It works right. It's effective, it's efficient, right? It's top of the notch, right? Apple is all about that top of the top, it's creme of the creme. And so you have an iPhone, why? Because you want to be associated with that identity. You want to get behind the story of the top, of that sleek, of that slick, of the best of the best. And so you associate with Apple and you continuously buy from them because that's the story you want to get behind. People want to get behind my story of spreading love, spreading education, spreading fulfillment, and reaching financial independence, doing what we love every day. That's the vision I sell. And so people get behind it. When you build community and you sell a vision, your people are attracted to you. They see you as this visionary, as this figure who's going places. And when you have that authority, people want to work with you because they value you. Building community is everything. I literally reply to every single one of my comments. Okay? Now, if you're an extremely busy entrepreneur, you might not have time for that. I get it. Replying to comments isn't extremely high leverage. But I will tell you that it's not to be underestimated. I literally pitched my first 2 clients in the comment section. I swear to God. I pitched both of them in the client section. Violet and Jeremy. Both of them. That's how I got my first 2 sales. Building community through the comments. Talking to my people through the comments. That's how I got my first 2 sales. When you build community, when you position yourself as an authority, as a leader, as a visionary, and you sell people that vision, they want to get behind it. Like I told you guys, we buy with emotion, we justify with logic. And so if you're selling something emotional for people to subscribe to or for people to buy, if you're selling a story people want to associate with, you're going to kill. Simple. You need to take action today. You don't have another day, okay? You don't. You need to make a decision today. How many times have you said, I want to make YouTube videos? I should be posting to YouTube. How long have you thought about getting into the content game, really taking it seriously so you can take your business to the next level? How long have you thought about it? Stop waiting. How many times have you tried to start making content but failed because you lacked discipline? You don't lack discipline. You lack direction. You're not clear, so you don't know where to go. Let me give you this analogy. I love this analogy. We all start in a dark tunnel, pitch black. We can't see a thing, and so we're slowly walking. We're walking extremely slowly. And as we go, we're on the reactive, we're on the defensive, we don't want to trip, we don't want to fall. But as we're walking very slowly, we're taking these small steps. A light starts to glimmer, just a small one. But it's that reassurance that, oh, okay, I'm on the right path. And so you start picking up the pace. You start moving. And as your pace increases, the light expands as well. And eventually we get to the point where our tunnel, our path is completely illuminated. And we're striving, we're fully sprinting. We're actualized. But the thing is, guys, you cannot get to that full clarity where you're fully sprinting, where you're full steam ahead, if you're not willing to start dark and take the small steps blindly. You will never get there if you're not willing to take the blind steps. But here's the thing. You don't have to find that light on your own. I can illuminate the path for you. I already have the clarity. I already have the vision. And so instead of you having to expand the light on your own, I can just shine it for you. And that allows you to start picking up the pace much faster. Like I told you, 7.5 months for me, 3 for you. Do you want to remain where you currently are? Clueless in the attention economy, not knowing how to play the game of capturing attention. Guys, attention goes. Money flows where attention goes. Attention is literally our most valuable commodity. If you don't know how to play the attention game, you're losing out on business. It's that simple. Do you want to stay clueless? Do you want to continue not getting views or sales from your videos, if you're even making videos? You're missing out on impact. You're missing out on fulfillment. You're missing out on money. Do you want to stay there? You could be a new person in 90 days. You could go from never posted to consistent creator. You could go from low leveraged, outreach, DMs, whatever, to high ROI activities like posting a YouTube video. If you spent 10 minutes sending one DM, okay, cool, one person sees that. You can spend 10 minutes, 100 people see that, 100 views. You have literally 100x'd your leverage. That is insane. Why would you do anything else that isn't content? It doesn't make sense. Go from low leverage to high ROI activities. Go from no clients to 5+ high ticket clients. You can do this in 90 days. I have. Well, technically I've gotten 5 ticket. My clients aren't exactly high ticket. I've gotten, we're not going to talk about that. So what do you do? Right? What do you do if you want this? If you want to go from never posted to consistent creator? If you want to go from low leverage to higher ROI activities? If you want to go from no clients to 5+ high ticket clients? What do you want to do if you want to do that? Instead of continuing to walk the path alone, you allow me to guide you on how I navigated the steps you're currently taking. Allow me to shine this light on your path, guys. Allow me to speed up that process for you. How? Guys, I've went from 69 to 875 subs in the past 63 days. I got my first client after 28 days of daily uploads. I made a course condensing my YouTube, business, and creative knowledge to give you a framework, my purposeful productivity course. Like I was telling you about, 20 videos. So if you're ready to change your life today, if you want to become a consistent creator, right? If you're ready to have high ticket clients, if you're ready to take that first step towards the ultimate fun, fulfillment, and financially free life, if you're ready to do that today, become a digital renaissance creator right now. Go click in that second link description if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on school, go hit that join button. Join up right now. Stop waiting. Take action right now. Decide to be better. What is a digital renaissance creator? All right, you know what? Fair enough question. So, digital renaissance creators is basically my creator entrepreneur community. This is like a little post I have in here. So this is like the welcome post. This is my most recent client, Lala. She just opened up her school and she was posting that as a Dubs. Dubs is wins, by the way. This is a little numerology post I talked about, changes among us. If you're digital renaissance creators is my creator entrepreneur community, right? And so if you want to become a digital renaissance creator, if you want to be a high ticket coaching if you want to be a high ticket coach, I want to help you do that. And you'll do that by becoming a digital renaissance creators, aka joining my community. These are my clients here, Tristan and Lala. There we go. Tristan and Lala aren't here. Yeah, I was forgetting about. I was blanking on the 7th one. Sorry, Lala. This is digital renaissance creators, guys. Like this is my this is a post by Erin that she dropped on Sunday, just talking about how she felt about the community, how she felt so grateful that she was here. She was shouting us out. She was like, shout out Erin, yo. She said I was her rod, and I inspire her to be the same with her clients. Right? I really hold Erin down. I really have that, like, Erin's really cool. Me and Erin's relationship is awesome because I feel like we balance each other out in terms of masculine and feminine. I feel like I really allow her to find that direction that she needs where she can just execute. I mean, it's literally worked. And like within 1 week of working with me, Erin got 70 more subs. She got her first coaching call, and she actually finally made a course, which she's been BSing for mad long, right? She's like 6 months from now, it's gonna be scary. She's thinking about where she'll be in 6 months. Man, I don't even know where I'll be in 6 months. And by I don't even know, I mean I'd be killing it in New York City. Catch me there, gang. This is Shwana, like I was telling you guys, right? 1 CTA sale, simple. This is a testimonial from Violet from the OG. I love you, Violet. Guys, DRC is the place to be. If you are a spiritual entrepreneur who wants to use YouTube to get high ticket clients, DRC is the place to be. I'm your guy. And so if you're ready to change your life today, become a digital renaissance creator right now. Join up, stop watching the video, go click in that second link description if you're on YouTube, go click that join now button if you're on school. I want to see you there. All right, you're still not convinced. All right, fuck it. Let me actually tell you about what you get. So for joining DRC and getting my one-to-one YouTube coaching, these are my features, right? So you get a 1 hour onboarding call with me after you join, so I can better understand you, your struggles, your vision, your goals, where you're trying to go, and I help you identify A and B. I'll help you identify the steps you need in between A and B to get from A to B, right? And those steps will be your personalized game plan, right? So every week, I'll basically be giving you homework, assignments, and these will be alignment with your goals. Exact action step that you need to take to improve and to make progress towards your goals. Okay, you also get a weekly 30-minute coaching call with me. You can ask me any questions, and we'll do a YouTube and business review where I review your funnel so you can find your constraints and figure out the best way to execute to make progress. And you also get my personal phone number for limited advice and accountability. You can come hit me up, ask me questions anytime. If you want me to hold you accountable to hitting something on a certain time, I got you. I'm there for you. If you want to just call me up and share it with me, say no more. Erin literally called me up yesterday. My phone's always on D&D, right? So I'd seen that, and I checked her messages. She was like, Jaden, call me back immediately. I was like, okay. So I thought like some shit was got to go down, right? And she needed like some advice. She's like, oh my gosh, I just got the first call of my coaching client. I'm like, really, Erin? That's what you called me for? No, I'm playing, right? Right? So I was mad hype with her. It was really, really awesome. And that's really cool to me. Right, I have a section in DRC called Dubs, posting your wins. But guys, if you want to call me up and share your wins with me too, that's awesome. So that's what you get for my one-to-one features. That's what you're basically buying. Now there are also some bonus features here. You get my purposeful productivity course, the course I was showing you about earlier, my 20-video course on mindsets and spiritual concepts, on the art of creation, which is basically my take on creativity and how to produce more. Then it's like the foundations of online business, understanding the intro to that. And then the last 4 videos are the intro to content creation, right? That is a very, very good course for giving you a very good idea, a rough framework of everything you need to know. It's not going to be exactly tailored to you, and that's why I'm here to exactly tailor your situation to you. But the course is a very good outline that's going to help you. Okay. You also get my community of like-minded spiritual creators, entrepreneurs, and coaches, right? You join DRC and you have access to all of us. I have like a 24-hour, I have a 24/7 Zoom call in there. You can come hop on a call with anybody whenever you want. You can send DMs on school. You connect, meet your people, right? Make new friends. Awesome, man. I do daily group coaching calls in there for learning, for connecting, and for funnel reviews like I was telling you about. We have a 24/7 call. I have like a 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. EST. That's my time. I do like an idea session there where we just chop it up. We talk about ideas. We talk about things we're learning, and we might execute on some things. We just connect and have fun, and then we also do funnel reviews. So I do a group funnel review every day, 7 to 8 p.m. That's awesome. Where if maybe we don't have our one-to-one yet, but you like really want some actionable steps to start, making progress, I got you. Come hop on that call. I'll give you some advice, 2-5. You come, and then you leave and you execute. It's lit, man. I've gotten Tristan in the group calls, a couple of days. Tristan's pretty busy. He's currently a salesman, and he wants to help technical founders with sales skills, right? And so he doesn't really have much time in between his day job. And so I basically, if I like have some action steps for him, I'm like, hey, Tristan, can you hop in the group call real quick so I can just show you, 5 minutes? And he's like, yeah, bet. And he hops in there 5-10 minutes, and it's really helpful. And that gives him action steps. That gives him clarity to execute on, right? The group calls are awesome, right? So that's the third bonus. And then the final bonus is my purposeful entrepreneurship course. So this is what I call, this is my course for achieving a more fun, free, and fulfilled life through the ultimate vehicle for purpose, entrepreneurship. I see business as the ultimate vehicle for purpose. You can serve your people, you can make a fuck ton of money. It's pretty lit, right? So that course is coming soon, and it'll most likely be out towards the end of July. That's everything you get, right? My one-to-one features, 1-hour onboarding call, personalized monthly game plan, like weekly action steps that you need to take to, exactly make progress for your goals. Weekly 30-minute coaching call for a funnel review. My personal phone number, you can hit me up anytime. Advice, accountability, share your wins. These are my bonus features, the purposeful productivity course. My fellow creators, communities, our fellow spiritual creators, entrepreneurs, and coaches. My daily group coaching calls, and coming soon, my purposeful entrepreneurship course. That's everything you get for becoming a digital renaissance creator. So if you're ready to change your life today, become a digital renaissance creator right now. All right? Click off the fucking video. Click on that second link description. Join now if you're on school. All right? I want to see you in there. Or when you decide you want to make money. My name is Jaden. I'm here building the creator community of spiritual creators, artists, entrepreneurs. People want to spread love, spread education, spread fulfillment, reach financial independence doing what we love every day. That's something we need to be a part of. I really appreciate if you drop a sub, drop a like. Please share. Let's build up our spiritual tribe. And if for some reason you're still watching this video and you want to work with me one-to-one, if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, I want to help you use YouTube to get your first 5 high-ticket coaching clients. Go click in that second link description. Become a digital renaissance creator right now. Or, when you decide you want to make money.